Hey everyone, welcome to segment 12 of Pilates P's and Q's. I hope you enjoyed some of the back and forth conversation from the last 3 P's and Q's with Sasha, and perhaps some of the ideas, questioning, and reflections that we tossed around got you thinking about how you approach your personal practice as well as teaching if that's something that you're passionate about learning and improving. This week I wanted to share a personal progress story with you all while also broaching a topic that has been a running theme from questions that I have received from other Pilates instructors when I initially asked for feedback at the beginning of this series. And it is also an area of the body that is foundational in Pilates but has shown some very surprising and shocking moments of revelation and enlightenment for nearly all of the Pilates instructors that are taking my online Kinstretch course, myself included. And this area is, drumroll, the spine. So spine is everywhere in Pilates. Besides the principles of breathing and pretty much teaching people to know where their spine is at all times during Pilates exercises, there's a heck of a lot of flexion. And flexion is mostly what I'm going to be covering for the next few P's and Q's. There's roll back, roll downs, rolling like a ball, roll over, jackknife, short spine, boomerang, crab, and tons more. And this doesn't even include transitions. And so for all of the flexion and spine control associated with these exercises, would it surprise you, dare I say shock you, if I said every Pilates person I have worked with for mobility thus far has shown a lack of segmental spine mobility? And yes, myself included. In other words, somewhere along the line, independent vertebral flexion, and most importantly, motor control, has escaped our practice. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking, definitely not me, and or maybe you'll think it must be the way these teachers train, teach, or work out. But if you watched me or any of these instructors move, especially in these short bursts on Instagram, you would never think this lack of mobility is a secret we have managed to disguise. And not intentionally. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I try not to see it, but I see it all the time. I call them, or I like to refer to them as flat tires in the spine. These are areas that don't segment at all, and then areas above or below that seem to segment far more than others. Which leads me to the disappointment that I felt after my FR assessment with Hunter, where this discovery unveiled itself on film. I'm a spine person, what the hell? What happened? I work this area of my body in nearly every workout, but you can't move what you can't move. And if you don't know you're not moving, how will you change? And even if you know, are you actually providing an environment that can actually make tissue change? So here are some videos of my assessment and progress videos. So see if you can spy the lack of spine segmentation in my lumbar during my assessment and that naughty vertebral segment or hinge point that my body interprets as vertebral segmentation. It initiates and executes the movement of what should be like 5 or 6 vertebrae. The middle video is what I use to assess myself while working on this area for a few months. And the last is my most recent, which overall is better, but still lots to progress. Now, however small and incremental these movements may seem, the effects over the coherent whole when working with my entire body continues to make a huge difference in everything from Pilates exercise to handstands to my overall movement accessibility. Now, maybe you don't care if you have a flat tire in your roll or that every spinal move you make is coming from one area and rarely, if not ever, from others. But I kind of feel like if you're doing these exercises, why not maximize the benefits of knowing this stuff about your spine? And even if you know this stuff, you can choose not to do anything about it. And also, you won't be young forever. And we all know what happens to stuff we don't use. And since you only get one spine, if there's one area that you should probably stay on top of, it's probably your spine. And if it's going to make everything better, why not? So I hope you join me next week, and I'll show you some of the stuff that we covered in my online Kinstretch course, the Supple Summer Showdown, and maybe it'll help you discover your own true mobility and maybe get some things moving that haven't moved in a long time. Or maybe you have a unicorn spine and have beautiful vertebral mobility, in which case I say you flaunt that ish. Thanks for joining me, and see you next time.